We've all been there, right? You ask an AI to explain something simple, and what you get back is just this giant wall of text. It leaves you feeling even more confused than before you asked. But here's a thought. What if the problem isn't actually the AI? What if it's how we're asking the question? Well, today we're going to dive into a really powerful technique that comes from computational thinking. It's going to give you a whole new level of control over the answers you get. So let's jump right in. Oh yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You ask for a simple, straightforward answer, and what you get back is practically a novel. And you're just left there staring at the screen thinking, great, now I need an explanation for the explanation. And bam, this is what hits you. A massive block of text throwing around terms like SMTP, IMAP, port handshakes. I mean, whoa. Now here's the crazy part, the paradox, really. All of this information? It's probably 100% technically correct. But is it useful? Not a chance. Absolutely not. See, the problem isn't that the AI is wrong. The problem is that it's just drowning us in all this unfiltered, overwhelming detail. Okay, so what if there was a way to force the AI to just zoom out, to start with the big picture first? Well, there is a better way, and it's actually a core idea from computational thinking. We're going to call it the zoom out principle. It's all about you taking control of the level of detail you get, right from the very beginning. The best way to think about it is like a map. You see that totally overwhelming answer the AI gave us? That's the street-level view. It's showing you every single turn, every stop sign, every little intersection. It's super accurate, for sure, but it's completely useless if all you want to do is figure out how to get from one side of town to the other. What you really need in that moment is the citywide view, just the big picture, the main path. See, both views are correct, but they're for completely different things. So this whole idea of zooming out, well, it has an official name. It's called abstraction. And the definition is so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. It's just explain the idea without all the noise. It's really the art of intentionally ignoring certain details. You're hiding the complexity on purpose so that the main core concept can actually shine through. And honestly, that's the entire secret right there. Okay, so that sounds great in theory, right? But how does this actually work in the real world? Let's put abstraction into action. We're going to use an analogy that I'm pretty sure everyone understands: ordering a pizza. All right, so here's our mission. We need to explain how email works, all that SMTP and IMAP jargon we saw earlier, but we have to explain it to someone who has absolutely zero technical background. So instead of just asking the AI for a direct explanation, which we know is a disaster, we're going to give it an analogy to frame the whole thing. And this, right here, is where abstraction basically becomes a superpower. We're going to map the super complex process of email onto the simple process of ordering a pizza. So, ordering the pizza, that's you writing and sending the email. The cooking, that's the email server processing it and getting it ready. The driving, well, that's the email zipping across the internet. And finally, delivering is when the email arrives safely in the recipient's inbox. Now, notice what's missing? All of it. All the jargon is gone. By forcing the explanation into this simple, familiar framework, we get a process that's suddenly crystal clear. And this is the really crucial insight, the big aha moment. By giving the AI an analogy, what we're really doing is we're locking in the zoom level. We've basically told the AI, hey, don't go any deeper than this. It can't start throwing in technical details because it would completely break the pizza metaphor. This is how abstraction puts you back in control of the conversation. All right, so now that you get the what and the why, let's actually build out your toolkit. I'm going to show you how you can put abstraction to work for yourself, like right now. Okay, so if you're ever stuck and can't think of the right analogy, think of this as your starter menu. For example, if you're trying to explain a complex system with a bunch of different parts all working together under one leader, use an orchestra. Or what if you're explaining something that's built in layers, where each step depends on the one before it? Simple. Use building a house. These are just super reliable models you can plug right into your prompts whenever you need them. And here it is, the template that pulls this all together. This is the golden key right here. Explain how this complex topic works using the analogy of this familiar process, and assume the audience is non-technical. I'm serious, screenshot this, write it down, whatever you need to do. This one simple sentence is your ticket to taking back control of any AI explanation. Okay, but before you run off and start using this for absolutely everything, I've got a crucial pro tip for you. Because look, like any really powerful tool, you've got to understand its limits. You have to remember this. Analogies are for orientation, not for definition. Think of them as the starting point, not the final destination. That pizza analogy, it's not a 100% perfect model of how email works, because no analogy ever is. Its only job is to get your foot in the door, to open the door to understand. So what's the next step? Well, once that door is open, once your audience really gets the big idea, that's when you ask the AI to zoom in. Now you can go back and ask, okay, awesome. Now using that pizza analogy, tell me, which part is SMTP? You see what you're doing? You're layering the technical details on top of a solid foundation of understanding. You're not just throwing people into the deep end. So if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. If people are confused, it's almost never because the topic is just too hard. It's because you explained it at the wrong level. Abstraction is the tool that lets you choose the right level every single time. It puts you back in the driver's seat. So, my question for you is, what complex topic are you going to go make simple first?